Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so we're gonna have a double guide day. So I just uploaded the Astral Anger as the 5th guide that I have released. That means I have 4 left, and we're gonna go to Mike's Revenge. The reason why we're doing Mike's Revenge next is because I think more people will try that because they have both of the 3-star Cyclopses. Not necessarily because they are cheaper than the Labyrinth runs. Mike's Revenge was quicker than the Labyrinth streams. Took about an hour to do. But only Star-Lord Labyrinth run, for me personally, was more expensive than Mike's Revenge. And it's definitely the most annoying one. I can teach the fundamentals of it about Bane transfers and some bits about collector fight, and obviously I can tell you guys where did I go, and I can also advise you guys not to use suicide masteries. But beyond that point, there is absolutely nothing I can do to save you from suffering that will be the collector fight. Mike's Revenge is a joke taken too far, and is by far the biggest slap in the face in all of these challenges. Honestly, I'd rather do the Path of Labyrinth of Legends with Star-Lord twice, even though it took more revives and more time, than go through that collector fight. It's just depressing as shit, it's annoying as shit, and I don't have much good to say about Mike's Revenge. Right, so we're gonna use this first fight here to showcase basically the Bane transfers, and that is one of the kind of key things that you need to know about getting to collector. That Bane is on the way here, and the way you want to play this entire fight is you want to purposely either cut your combos short, pause, account for opponent's power, but make sure that you don't really get a single tick of Bane on you, because you being a 3-star champion, the Bane hurts, and the Bane hurts a lot. If the entire challenge would be to get to the collector and, I don't know, deal 10% of his damage or something like that, I'd actually like it. I'd like it a lot, because this part felt skillful. It was quite long again, but it did feel skillful. Bane in its essence is actually a helpful node to the player, which is something most people don't realize. Bane is a node that helps you improve your damage output. For all the time that the Bane is an opponent, you do extra damage you otherwise wouldn't. You can kind of look at Bane as a permanent bleed on opponent, or permanent poison debuff on opponent. We can see that all the time it's sticking away, it's helping me deal damage. And that's kind of neat. Obviously, it's also a very, very scary node, especially if you do make a mistake, especially at the beginning of the fight, you're pretty much immediately dead. But the key aspects there is, again, you can see that often I wait till the very end of the stun timer to start striking the opponent. I always make sure to account for opponents' power, and never really want to push them past like 2 bars of power and be stuck in a situation where I have to bait out special attack in order to carry on. But past that, we need to see which path we take. And the path that I end up taking is the Godslayer path, which I firmly believe is to be the easiest path. So I was asking my chat for advice as well. And yeah, so we're gonna jump on the Godslayer path here in a second. And in order to get there, you need to go to that top island where you only can pick in between fighting Angela, and then either go to the Falcon or either go to the left side. I forgot which was the champion on the left side. But basically you deal with Angela, that's fine. On the left side there's Gwenpool. Then you get taken yourself to another teleporter, as we can see here. And then you teleport to the side where the first fight is Venom. So I did get my face kicked in by Venom, made a mistake there. But yeah, this path where Venom is on, the nodes on this path is, I believe, called Godslayer. And that node basically does nothing, or very little anyways. And 1 second. So here we can see that we're going to be moving on to... Oh, I'm already entering the fight. Just want to show that on the map. So Venom fight here is finishing. You can see that I'm going to be on the right side of the map. And the opponents there are Old Man Logan, Dr. Voodoo, Yondu. And I'm not going to showcase, obviously, all of the fights there. But again, always the key aspects remain exactly the same. Just make sure your Bane transfers are on point, and the rest of the things will sort itself out. There is popping some crystals to gain some revives and items, and that's fine. Then you do have a Medusa on your way as well, which wasn't too bad. Daredevil, kind of slightly annoying for Cyclops with class relationships inversed. Spider-Gwen, definitely a tricky fight after the buff. Basically, my play style, my game here was just to hit her while she's stunned, more or less. That away chance is very brutal, so you're probably gonna end up using a revive or two. But overall, getting to the collector only took a couple of revives. Really wasn't bad. I made a few mistakes, but it was not expensive. It was fun, and I like it up until here. And then we can move on to well, there's still Spider-Gwen, and here's going to be the start of the collector. And the collector is a nightmare, and the longer you go, the deeper you get in, the worse it gets. Now, my strategies for the collector fight at times shifted from being super aggressive initially and trying to push him to 2 bars of power to 3 bars of power, just drop my special attacks, deal as much damage as quickly as I can, to later on hitting him once and stalling as much as I can towards the end because of the random triggers of Unstoppable. So that was a way how to survive longer. You could hit him once and then just do nothing later on. So initially I was trying to be aggressive, as we can see here. But again, nothing I show you here is going to make significant difference. Collector is going to take your number and going to do it again and keep doing it until you're just destroyed. Eventually, you're going to get him down. For me personally, I was keeping the amount of revives that I used for this fight. And we're going to see towards the end, I believe. Collector revive 6. I think you can get down like 10-15% in a good run initially, but the further you get in, the less you can do. And obviously then there are a few butchered runs in the middle. And final result was about 35 revives? 45 revives. We're going to see what I put up there. But yeah, we can see that there's a nice, neat, unstoppable trigger, regen trigger. You just die. And you're going to carry on dying, and you're going to carry on dying. And the last few percent is an absolute nightmare. So let's see the finish with the Cyclops. Got it done. Needless to say, got quite excited about the fact that I had gotten it done. But yeah, we're going to change the revive count there in a sec. When I have it updated, it was 35 revives. And in comparison, Inhumans Labyrinth run took me 16 or 18 team revives and 2 single revives, and Sabertooth Labyrinth run took me 26 revives. So again, some of the Labyrinth runs are even cheaper than this. And I hated this. I hated this challenge. It was nothing fun or challenging about it, to be honest. It was just go in there, get wrecked, revive, go in there, get wrecked. But that is how I did. Okay, so let's summarize the entire run. My advice: don't run Suicide Masteries, because you're gonna end up using plenty of potions anyways. Second advice, obviously boost. Third, focus on the Bane transfers. And one of the key things, never push opponent much further than a bar of power. Always make sure that you have enough wiggle room if you have to get in that another hit to do the Bane transfer. Then path selection, go to the Godslayer path. So teleport up to that small mini island where you have to fight Angela and then Gwenpool, and then go to the Godslayer path with Venom on it. And when it comes to Collector, clench your butt cheeks and prepare to be violated, because that is exactly what that fight will do to you. And yeah, that is it. Now that I have uploaded this video, we are gonna go through each and every single labyrinth path. I'm gonna tell you guys what mastery setups I used, which path I took, which path you should take, how much it cost, and all that other stuff. So I'm gonna upload those guides, I believe, probably tomorrow. I don't want to blitz all of them out today. And yeah, I hope you guys find this video useful, at least to a tiny degree, in which case please do hit that like button, hit that sub button, and I will catch you guys soon. See ya! Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information